I've sat through countless senior speeches, but when it came to me, I didn't know what to write about. All the thoughts about everything that I'd ever done ran through my mind. All the life lessons that I'd ever learned, all the mistakes that I've ever made, and all the experiences I've ever had. It was really difficult to find just one that I wanted to write about. After thinking for a while, I thought I'd write about change. Change has always been very present in my life. When I was little, I grew up in a small town called Ojai. It was about 10 miles long, nowhere near the city, and the hottest place in the world. For a long time, I thought that I would spend the rest of my life there. It was home to me. I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else but there. Of course, I was little, so my dreams didn't go far past climbing the tallest tree in town and living in a castle with my best friends. I didn't have many friends, but the few that I did have, I had close. We soon were sent to different schools, and I was forced to make new friends. The school was San Antonio Elementary. I met some of the funniest people I'd ever had the pleasure of knowing there. It was only my 6th grade year when my mom told me that we had to move. She told me it was either LA or Colorado. The thought of being away from home scared me. I didn't want to leave my grandparents, who I'd had the privilege of being around all my life, every day. Either way, it was just a matter of distance. I was going to have to say goodbye to the place that I loved the most. All my friends, all the food, all of the way they did things there. I knew it would be so much different in the city. I remember going to San Francisco as a kid and hating it. It was all too much for me. I didn't like the crowds and the traffic, how loud people talked on the phone. I pictured LA to be something exactly like that. During the summer of 6th grade going into 7th, it was mostly packing. I got to hang out with my best friend Jory, and we swam in the pool as much as possible, and even used the surfboard in it. We jumped on the trampoline and the sprinklers. There was one moment where we stopped giggling, and she told me how much she was going to miss me. She was the saddest part about leaving. That summer, my mom and I packed up and we left. Our way to LA, I slept the whole time until we got to the new house. The second I got out of the car, the air was already different. I didn't want to live here. It was just like how I imagined it. I didn't like living there for the first couple of months. I didn't have a lot of friends except the kids on my block. Summer was ending, and I had to soon start at my new school, Rolling Hills Prep. My mom told me that there was a meet and greet bowling alley. I was scared because I wasn't up to being social, and I didn't know what people there were like. I picked the most first day of 7th grade outfit that you could possibly imagine and wore it. I sat in the car for a good 10 to 15 minutes, dreading the fact that at some point I would have to go inside. I sat in the car for another 5 minutes, then went in. I saw a surprising amount of people there. They were all laughing and seemed to have already figured out who they were going to be friends with. That made me nervous. I stuck a piece of paper with my name on it on my shirt and walked over. I was surprised at how welcoming everyone was. I joined the game, and soon I was laughing too. It had never been that easy for me. They were so welcoming. I didn't stay friends with a lot of people that I met, but I did make new ones faster than I thought. My real friends came to me in the high school years after my many experiences with fake ones. I can't say that I enjoyed middle school all that much, but I went through some pretty painful experiences. I struggled to keep my grades up, and I wasn't open to teachers' help. When high school rolled around, it wasn't until sophomore year that I adjusted to school. I started to accept that help, and before I knew it, I was doing fine. Not only that, but I met one of my best friends, Maya Taylor. We did everything from making album covers for Nathan and Caleb to staying up till 6 till we were delirious. I'm not saying that my years at RHP were perfect, or that it was in any way easy for me to adjust, but I made some of what I know are going to be lifelong friends here. Change is hard, and everyone handles it differently, so if you're not understanding something or making friends is difficult at the moment, just know that you're not alone. Thank you. Okay, shout out. Miss Rudolph, thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. I'm glad that I got to become so close with you. I consider you a second mom on campus to me. I love you so much, and I can't imagine what life would be without your guidance and morning breakfast. Mr. Flamini, you're always happy to teach your kids, and your jokes are nothing short from hilarious. Going to college is going to make me sad because I know that none of my teachers are going to be like you. Mr. Thompson, I absolutely hate math. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm pretty sure it's pointless, but you made it fun, and I never liked math more than in your class. Ms. K, thank you for all the criticism that makes my work better. I know I'm really bad with deadlines, but thank you for believing me and pushing me to do better. Ms. Valier, I'm really happy that I got to be in your English class again. Even though I spent hours correcting the long list of comments, I'm grateful for those. You make me a better writer. Ms. Odra, Ms. Roberts, I know my attention span is short and I giggle too much and even eat your food, but thank you for putting up with me these past few years. It means a lot to me that you can support that you did. Coach Mason, thank you for all you've done for me and everything that you've taught me. I wouldn't be the player I am today without you. Gisela, I still can't believe you moved away. That was super messed up, and I miss you a lot. I hope the gyms are top quality, and even though I know for a fact that no one could ever replace the girls that you left behind here, I hope you're doing well. I love you. My girls, I love you. I love you. I love every one of you so much. You had my back since the day we became friends. I'm so lucky to have such kind, super disrespectful, funny, charming, beautiful girls as my best friends. Maya, I love you so much. Even though we can't see the twin thing, I still consider you family. Steven, I love you so much. I'm so thankful that I'm basically a part of your family now. You're so kind and your heart is always in the right place. I know sometimes we make mistakes, but that's a part of growing. You're the friend. Teal, when I first met you, you were super quiet, but now you're the loudest person I know. But I love you for that. E.T. Oh no. Maddie, Maywad. Words cannot describe how thankful I am to have a person like you in my life. You are truly one of the greatest people that I've ever met, and you are so kind and loving with every word and hug you give. I don't know what I'm going to do when I can't see you every day in college. I love you, Maddie. Lily, I want to thank you for coming into my life. You've been a really nice presence in the house and at school, and I'm convinced that you care about me more than my mom does. I'm glad that you're part of our family now. Rufus, you're probably the greatest a girl could ask for. Everyone that knows me knows you, and I probably talk about you way too much. You're going to be one of the hardest parts about leaving for college. I love you. Grandpa, I know that our worlds are kind of separated right now, but I love you so much, and the amount of love that you give to me is insane. You played the role of my dad when he wasn't there, and just know that I appreciate everything that you've done for me. Grammer, words cannot describe how much I love you. You mean the absolute world to me, and I honestly don't know what I'd do without you. You're hands down one of my biggest supporters, and I will never forget everything you've done for me. You're the toughest lady I know, and I love you so much. Mom, thank you for being the best mom in the whole wide world. I know sometimes we argue, and I'm not always the easiest to deal with, but you give me unconditional love, and I love you so much for that. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, and I can't imagine what I'm going to do without you or cooking next year. Thank you.